My name's Mr Phiri, vying for the position of president at the Zambia Institute of Human Resources. I bring to the table, to the ZRIM boardroom, new strategic focus that will grow the institute. First and foremost, I'd like to take this opportunity to appreciate the men and women of valor who served in the previous executives, right away from the time of the first president, Mr. Humphrey I. Mwanza, to the current president, Mr. Moka. I salute them, and I'm highly indebted to you. First and foremost, in terms of strategy, the first thing I'll do is to go back to cabinet. I'm going to go to cabinet. That's why I'll be camping. I'll camp there to ensure that the Act number 11 of 1997 is repealed and replaced. Because I know that once the act is repealed and replaced, it's going to form a new strategy for the institute. And I'm bringing on the ZRIM board that strategic focus, leadership. And by doing so, I know we're going to execute it. The CEO for JP Morgan, Mr. Jim, said, execution beats strategy by 99%. I'm there to execute the strategy. Colleagues, I would like you to hold me accountable for 4 perspectives. And I know that I don't want to be talking without a measurement tool. And my measurement tool that I'm going to use are aligned into 4 perspectives. The first perspective is growth in revenue, growth in visibility, growth in online operations, growth in learning and development. And I know I'm going to achieve. I would like to come and execute and execute and execute. Colleagues, I need your vote as we execute the strategy. At national level, my vision is that we need to ensure that HR becomes relevant to the government, the mainstream Ministry of Labor. Like our colleagues, Zika, they're consulted on yearly basis prior the finalization of the national budget. Zika has got direct input to the national budget. Equally, ZRIM should take that route. I know that we actually consulted, but I feel we are consulted through other organizations, because currently we are consulted under the Zambia Federation of Employers under the umbrella of Tripartite Labor Council. I think it was not effective. Who knows? Maybe some of the lagunas in the current Employment Act arose because we were not direct consulted. I would like ZRIM to be consulted at national level, and you as colleagues, you'll be part of the input to that process. Vision for the institute ensure that we actually enhance operations and inspections. What we're going to do is, we'd like to ensure that no HR people must practice as HR practitioners. We have seen a situation where people are now masquerading as human resources management practitioners. That should not happen again. During our tenure, we're going to ensure that all HR people are qualified, are paid up members, and are holding the certificate. And again, we're going to work with the immigration department. No expatriates who are actually going to practice as a human resources practitioner. If they wish to do so, we're definitely going to come up with a policy document that will ensure that all expatriates will be subjected to competence test, and we'll charge them a fee, which will be a revenue to the institute. It's happening in the legal fraternity, not even in the accounting fraternity. In this space, we see people don't just come direct from outside to practice different professions which have been restricted by the immigration department. So we ensure that we sign a memorandum of understanding with the immigration to restrict expatriates to practice as HR people. Our aim is that jobs that belongs to the Zambians, and Zambians should have all HR-related jobs. We are currently complaining that there are no jobs in HR, and yet some of the jobs are being occupied by expatriates. I've got a number of benefits, but just quick wins. We'd like to ensure that you, colleagues, members, this time around, you are given an equal opportunity to sit on boards. so that you provide the expertise on boards in terms of corporate governance. We don't want to see a situation where same faces, same people sit on boards for more than 10 years. And the appointment for you to be in boards will be on meritocracy. And again, we ensure that we cover all members with group life assurance. And then the other point again that we're going to bring on the board is that we're going to develop the human resources clinic, the HR clinic. The HR clinic will work like an advisory body to the extent that you members, you'll be consulting secretary on all HR-related matters. Before you think of taking the case out, the HR clinic will provide guidance. And we might consider, if approved, to take all the past presidents and some of you gurus who have worked at a very tier level to be part of this HR clinic. Also, we're going to bring e-learning library. This e-learning library, we're going to gather all information from Minister of Justice. Again, we're going to ensure that we sign a memorandum of understanding with Minister of Justice. All past cases with judgments attached. So that if you've got any case at your workplace, instead of going to court, spend money to hire a lawyer, some cases can be resolved at the Secretariat by consulting the e-learning and the HR clinic. And I know you'll be part of the system. The other issues, we'll come up with a database that will ensure that all students are engaged and will provide internship using Zambia Institute of Human Resources. We'll work with corporate world, come up with strong alliances, and when they get a letter from Zambia Institute of Human Resources, we will know that we will have a voice for the interns on the market. You can see my language throughout has been growth and growth. Vote for Mawell Zeff Phiri as the president of the Zambia Institute of Human Resources Management, so that together we grow the institute. Vote for Mawell Zeff Phiri. I thank you.